Morning, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Chitra. Today, I discuss retinal detachment. Introduction of the retinal detachment is role of vision in our life is difficult to define because it is so deeply personal and intimate. Whenever there is a failure in the vision, it's not only the eye that are said to be in darkness, but the whole life is in darkness. Loss of vision means loss of independence. Among the various causes of blindness, retinal detachment is one which is an ocular emergency. Now, definition of retinal detachment is a disorder of the eye in which the retina peels away from its underlying layer of support tissue. A detached retina is a serious and sight threatening event, and unless the retina is reattached soon, permanent vision loss may result. Now, anatomy of the eye. The posterior layer of the eye is the retina. Anterior to posterior, anterior is cornea, pupil, iris, lens, and vitreous humor, and the layers is the choroid retina, and lastly is the optic nerve. Now today I discuss only retina. Now retina. The retina is the innermost layer of the eye. It is composed of nervous tissue. The optical system of the eye focused light on the retina, much like light is focused on the film in a camera. Now we see the light comes from the infinite, image form in the retina, just like this is a photoreceptor cells, it's like a film of camera. This picture shows this is the eye, our eye, and this is the layer of the retina. The lights come from the infinite, focused on the retina. This is the light. The green color shows the light, and this is the layer of the retina. In this layer present the cone cell and the rod cell. Now we discuss one by one is the layer of the retina. The retina is composed of 10 layers. Number 1 is the pigmented epithelium. These layers start from the anterior to posterior. Anteriorly is the pigmented epithelium, photoreceptors, basilar layer, outer and inner segment photoreceptor. External, it's the outer limiting membrane and outer nuclear. Next is outer plexiform, inner nuclear, internal limiting membrane, inner plexiform layer, ganglion cell layer, nerve fiber layer. These are the layers of retina. These are the layers of retina. This is the internal to outer. Outer layer is the pigment epithelium and photoreceptor. These are going to the inward side. And lastly is present the nerve fibers layer. How does retina form image? The light comes from the infinite and focus come from the lens and focus on the retina. It's a normal eye. But in the hypermetropia, the light comes from the infinite and focus on behind the retina, and the image is from the blur image. This I was discussed in error of refraction chapter. Now vitreous humor compress a large portion of the eyeball. It is a clear gel that occupies the space behind the lens and the retina. Now, type of the retinal detachment. There are 3 types of retinal detachment. Number 1 is the regimetogenous, tractional or exudative. Now we discuss one by one. First of all, regimetogenous retinal detachment. Regimetogenous retinal detachment occurs due to a break in the retina called a retinal tear. Retinal breaks are the predisposing lesions then can go into regimetogenous retinal detachment. These retinal breaks can be of 3 types: retinal tear, retinal hole and retinal dialysis. Now pathogenesis of the regimetogenesis retinal detachment. Presence of retinal breaks in concern with vitreoretinal traction allows accumulation of liquefied vitreous under the neurosensory retina. This is a layer of the retina, neurosensory retina, separating it from retina pigmental epithelium. This is the anterior layer of the retina. Even though retinal breaks is present, at least partially liquefied vitreous and or traction must be there. Vitreous degeneration and posterior vitreous detachment and lattice degeneration, snail's track degeneration, white with pressure, high myopic eye and vitreous loss during cataract or yak capsulotomy are predisposing factor. Now symptoms are this. Number 1, photopsia is the subjective sensation of a flash of light in eyes with acute PVD. It's a posterior vitreous detachment. It is probably caused by traction at site of vitreoretinal adhesion. The cessation of photopsia is the result of either separation of the adhesion or complete tearing away of a piece of retina. Patient will often describe it as an arc of golden or white light induced by eye movements and is more noticeable in dim illumination. Second is the floaters are moving vitreous opacities which are received when they cast shadows on the retina. Vitreous opacities in the in eyes with acute PVD in the posterior vitreous detachment are of the following three types. Number one, Viz ring is a isolatory floaters consisting of the detached annual attachment of vitreous to the margins of the optic disc. Second is a vitreous hemorrhage. Vitreous is secondary to tearing of a peripheral retinal blood vessel indicated by sudden shower of minute red colored or dark spot. Usually vitreous hemorrhage here is usually suppressed due to the small caliber of peripheral retinal vessels. Now, vitreous hemorrhage we discussed in the different lecture. This topic is the vitreous hemorrhage. Third is visual field defect is perceived as a black curtain, just like a blackish. In some patients, it may not be present on waking in the morning due to spontaneous absorption of SRS, the subretinal fluid, while lying inactive overnight, only to reappear later in the day. A lower field defect is usually appreciated more quickly by the patient than an upper field defect. The quadrant of the visual field in which the field defect first appears is useful in predicting the location of the primary retinal breaks, which will be in the opposite quadrant. Now, signs are macular gun pupil, relative afferent pupillary defect is present in an eye with an extensive retinal detachment, irrespective of the type. Intraocular pressure is usually lower by about 5 mm of Hg compared with the normal eye. If the intraocular pressure is extremely low, an associated choroidal detachment may be present. Third is the iritis. Is very common but usually mild. Tobacco dust consisting of pigment cell is seen in the anterior vitreous. And the fifth is retinal breaks are usually red because of the color contrast between the sensory retina and underlying choroid. However, in eyes with hypopigmented choroid, as in high myopia, the color contrast is decreased and small breaks may be missed. This is a tear in retina. This is a tear. The area of the detachment. This is the area. It is detached. Next type is the exudative retinal detachment. Exudative retinal detachment is the exudative, serious or secondary retinal detachment. It occurs due to inflammation, injury or vascular abnormalities. Fluid accumulating underneath the retina without the presence of a hole, tear or breaks. It's a rare. Now this is the fluid accumulation without any tear. Now pathogenesis of the exudative retinal detachment occurs in a variant of vascular, inflammatory and neoplastic disease involving the NSR. It stands for neurosensory retina. RPE. It's a RPE is a retinal pigmented epithelium and choroid in which fluid leaks outside the vessels and accumulated under the retina. As long as the RPE is the retina pigmented epithelium is able to compensate by pumping the leaking fluid into the choroidal circulation. No fluid accumulated in the subretinal space and retinal detachment not occur. But if the normally retinal pigmented epithelium pump is overwhelmed or if the retinal pigmented epithelium activated is decreased, then fluid starts to accumulate in the subretinal space. The main cause are following. Number 1 is the choroidal tumor such as melanomas, hemangioma and metastasis. It is therefore very important to consider the exudative retinal detachment is caused by an intraocular tumor until proved otherwise. Next is inflammation. Inflammation such as Hardrad disease, the part of VKH syndrome and posterior scleritis. The VKH is the Vogt Kyanangia Hardrad. Bulbous central serous choroidoretinopathy is rare cause. Iatrogenic cause include retinal detachment, surgery and panretinal photocoagulation. Subretinal neovascularization which may leak and give rise to extensive subretinal accumulation of fluid at the posterior pole. Hypertensive choroidopathy as may occur in toxemia of pregnancy is a very rare cause. Idiopathic such as the uveal effusion syndrome. Now symptoms. Photophasia is absent because there is no vitreoretinal traction, although floaters may be present if there is associated vitreitis. The visual field defect may develop suddenly and progress rapidly. Depending on the cause, both eyes may be involved simultaneously. Example, Hardrad disease. Now signs. Sign are the retinal detachment has a convex configuration just like a ligamentogenesis retinal detachment, but its surface is smooth and not occultated. The detached retina is very mobile and exhibits the phenomena of shifting fluid in the SRF is the serous and retinal fluid responds to the force to gravity and detach the area of retina under which it accumulates. For example, in the upright position of SRF, the serous retinal fluid collects under the inferior retina, but on assuming the supine position for several minutes, the inferior retina flattens and the SRF, the serous retinal fluid, shifts posteriorly and the detaching the superior retina. The cause of the retinal detachment, such as a choroidal tumor, may be apparent when the fundus is examined, or the patient may have an associated systemic disease responsible for the retinal detachment. Example: Harada disease, toxemia of pregnancy. Leopard spots, the consisting of scattered area of subretinal pigment clumping, may be seen after the detachment has flattened. This is the leopard-like spots. This is the fundus of eye. Exudative retinal detachment showing shifting fluid. Number 1, A image we can see inferior collection of subretinal fluid with the patient shifting. Image B, the subretinal fluid shifts upward when the patient assumes the supine. This is a fluid, and when patient is supine position, it move in the upwards. This is the accumulation of fluid. Now next type is the tractional retinal detachment. Tractional retinal detachment, it occurs when fibrous or fibrovascular tissue pulls the sensory retina from the retinal pigment epithelium. This is the tractional, it's a pull up. Ligamentogenesis means tear present, in exudative in fluid accumulation, but in tractional is a pulled the retinal layer. It's a complete retina, it's a pulled. Main cause of tractional retinal detachment are proliferative retinopathy such as diabetic and retinopathy of prematurity. Second is penetrating posterior segment trauma. Now pathogenesis of tractional retinal detachment is caused by progressive contraction of fibrovascular membrane over large area of vitreoretinal adhesion. It is thought to be caused by leakage of plasma constituent into the vitreous gel from a fibrovascular network adjacent to the posterior vitreous surface. Owing to the strong adhesion of the cortical vitreous to area of fibrovascular proliferation, it's a PVD. PVD stands for posterior vitreous detachment, is usually incomplete. In the very rare event of a subsequent complete PVD, the posterior vitreous detachment, the new blood vessels are azuled and retinal detachment does not develop. Second, static vitreoretinal traction of the following three types is recognized. Number one, the tensional traction is caused by the contraction of epiretinal fibrovascular membrane with purking of the retina and distortion of retinal blood vessels. B. Anterior-posterior traction is caused by the contraction of fibrovascular membrane extending from the retina posteriorly, usually in association with the major arcades to the vitreous base anteriorly. C. It's the bridging. Trampoline traction is the result of contraction of fibrovascular membrane which stretch from the one part of the posterior retina to another or between the vascular arcades, tending to pull the two involved points together. This is a tractional associated with anterior, posterior and bridging traction. This is a traction. Now symptom. Photoplasia and floaters are usually absent because vitreoretinal traction develops insidiously and is not associated with acute PVD, posterior vitreous detachment. The visual field defect usually progresses slowly and may become stationary for months or even years. Now signs. The retinal detachment has a concave configuration and breaks are absent. Retinal mobility is severely reduced and shifting fluid is absent. The serous retinal fluid is shorter than in the leguminogenesis retinal detachment and seldom extends to the ora secreta. The highest elevation of the retina occurs at site of vitreous retinal traction. If a tractional retinal detachment develops a break, it assumes the characterized characteristics of a rhegomatogenous retinal detachment and progresses more quickly. Combined tractional and rhegomatogenesis retinal detachment. Now, pic A, we can see that tractional retinal detachment is severe proliferative diabetic retinopathy, and B scan incomplete posterior vitreous detachment and a shallow tractional retinal detachment. Now, B-scan ultrasonography shows incomplete posterior vitreous detachment and a relatively immobile retina. Now, risk factor: severe myopia, retinal tear, family history, other eye disease or disorders such as retinoschissis, uveitis, degenerative myopia, or lattice degeneration. Eye injury, tumors, systemic diseases such as diabetes and sickle cell disease, complications for cataract surgery. Now, common signs and symptoms. Warning signs is the flash of light photopacia, a sudden increase in the number of floaters, blur vision, seeing a shadow or a certain decrease descending from the top of the eye or across. Now, diagnosis. Elects history for any of the following: history of trauma, previous ophthalmic surgery, previous eye conditions, example uveitis, vitreous hemorrhages, duration of visual symptoms and visual loss. Physical examination should include the following: checking of visual acuity, external examination for sign of trauma and checking of the visual field, assignment of pupil reaction, measurement of intraocular pressure in both eyes, slit lamp examination, examination of the vitreous for sign of pigment or tobacco dust. Fundus photography or ophthalmoscopy. Fundus photography is a larger instrument than the photo-ophthalmoscope. Ultrasound. Significance of timely treatment. Visual improvement is much greater when the retina is repaired before the macula is detached. Once the retina is reattached, vision usually improved and then stabilized. Now, treatment. General principles of treatment: find all retinal breaks, seal all retinal breaks, relieve present and further vitreoretinal traction. Surgical method is the chiropractic and laser photocoagulation, scleral buccal surgery, pneumatic retinopaxia, vitrectomy. Chiropraxia freezing is used to wall off a small area of retinal detachment. Uses nitrous oxide to freeze the tissue behind the retinal tear. This prevents fluid passing through the hole. Laser photocoagulation. If the retina is prone or the detachment is slight, laser burn the edges of the tear and half progression. Stimulates the scar tissue formation to seal the edges of the tear. Scleral buccal surgery. Surgeon seals silicone bands to the sclera, the white outer coat of the eyeball. This is a sclera, whitish part. The band pushes the wall of the eye inward against the retinal hole. Chirotherapy freezing is applied around retinal breaks prior to placing the buccals. Subretinal fluid is drained as part of the buckling procedure. The buccals remains in situ. The most common side effect of the scleral operation is myopic shifts. Myopic shift, the operated eye will be more short-sighted after the operation. Types of scleral buckling. Radial scleral buckle, circumferential scleral buckle, encircling buckles. Pneumatic retinopaxia. Generally under local anesthesia, gas bubble is the SF6 or C3F8 gas. The SF6 is the sulfur hexafluoride and C3F8 is the pre-fluoropropane is injected into the eye, after which laser or freezing treatment. The patient head is then positioned. Have to keep their head tilted for several days. The surface tension of the gas-water interface seals the hole in the retina. Combined with chiropraxia or laser photocoagulation. Now vitrectomy. TD, tiny incision in the sclera, remove vitreous. Gas is often injected into the eye. During the healing process, the eye makes fluid that gradually replaces the gas and fills the eye. Using gas in this operation, no myopic shift after the operation. Silicone oil is the PDMS, is the polydimethyl silicohexane. If filled, needed to be removed after a period of 2 to 8 months. Complication after surgery. It's a discomfort, watering of eyes, redness, swelling, itching, blurred vision. Journal management. Adequate lighting. Promote unrestricted ambulation. Removal of hazards like rugs, clutches, unnecessary furnitures. Provision of hand rails in hallways, bathrooms. Access to radio and television. Voice activated switches. Pill organizers. Large print newspapers, magazines. Conclusion. Visual impairment is more than a physiologic deficit. It is a loss that has physical and emotional effects on the person afflicted, so as far as possible prevent those cause of blindness. Now, homeopathic management. Homeopathic management is drugs are nephthelium, the eye inflamed, painful and bloodshot, shiny bodies are seen in vitreous. White patches are seen on retina, which is oxalate, sulfate and carbonate of calcium. There is exudation in the retina, choroid and ciliary body, also opacity of the cornea. Arnica montana. There is a diplopia from trauma, muscular paralysis and retinal hemorrhages. Black eye. Patient becomes tired and heavy after sight-seeing moving objects. The patient experiences bruised, sore feeling in the eye. Aurum metallicum. Retinal detachment with a feeling of strong pulsating of the central portion of retinal vessels. There is choroidopterygitis, choroidacea, with accumulation of fluid beneath retina, which settle to lower portion of the left eye, causing large detachment of retina. There is stinging pain inward. The person experiences extreme photophobia and there is hemianopia, upper half of object visible. Everything looks blue. Black spots, flames, sparks before the eyes. Pupils not very active, generally contracted. Next is Crotalus horridus. Retinal detachment due to retinal hemorrhages. Bleeding eye after a stroke. The person is very sensitive to light, especially lamp light. There is intense ciliary neuralgic, tearing, boring pain as if a cut had been made around eyes. Gelsemium. Retinal detachment and it is suited to nervous and hysterical person. Retinal detachment of rheumatism. It is also used for retinal detachment after injury. There is retinitis with deep inflammation with haziness of vitreous. The intraocular pressure is increased. The person experiences orbital neuralgic with contraction and twitching of muscles. There is a feeling of bruises, pain in the back of the orbits, complete blindness coming suddenly. There is blurring and discomfort in the eyes even after accurately adjusted eyes. There is intense pain over the right eye with double vision and vertigo. Gelsemium is also best for detachment of retina from myopia. Digitalis purpurea. Retinal detachment with a feeling of waving vision and everything appears green or yellow. There is dim vision, irregular pupil and diplopia. There is change in acuteness, perception of shades of green, a feeling of dark bodies like flies before the eye. Jaborangi. Retinal detachment with opacity of the lens. There is smarting pain in eye with vertigo and nausea. The person experiences spasm of the accommodation while reading. Everything at a distance appear hazy. Vision become indistinct every few moments. There is a feeling of tension in the eyes. Next is ruta. Retinal detachment with asteniopia, astigmatism and a sensation of violent heat in eyes. There is disturbance of accommodation and pressure deep in orbits. Ruta is a remedy. Ruta is a remedy for eye strain, headache from eye strain. Thank you.